Next resub, don't talk. Best beach near Tampa? I don't know, I'm not really a beach guy. Most people like Clearwater.
Anything suspicious? Well, John Lang did. The story of John Lang.
Next resub, stonks and bards.
And what happened in 2016 was very bizarre and unusual. So, who was John Lang? John Lang was a Fresno resident and former Marine, and an outspoken critic of the local Fresno Police Department. He had uncovered a scam that Fresno PD had going on, where they would scan the license plates of cars parked in local businesses. Here's an explanation of what he uncovered.
I discovered local law enforcement had been running a license plate scanning scam where Fresno cops would scan license plates at retail store parking lots in lower income neighborhoods. After collecting hits of violations, they would then pull the unsuspecting drivers over a few blocks away from the store location in a marked police vehicle, claiming they simply came across the vehicle during their routine driving patrols. This unethical and possibly illegal activity was simply motivated by profit and unfairly targeted Fresno's poorer residents. I also discovered the Fresno Bee was sharing chat log data with Fresno law enforcement of Fresno citizens who were critical of local Fresno government and Fresno law enforcement.
Lang regularly posted evidence of police corruption on the local paper, the Fresno Bee. However, his IP was logged by an insider of the site, one Jody Murray, who gave his address to the police. And then things take a turn. John Lang began to believe he was being stalked and watched by
This is called gang stalking.
He began to upload videos to a YouTube channel. He posted footage from his CCTV, supposedly showing that the police were intent on stalking him, intimidating him, harassing him.
Though to be fair, there's a lot more here than most gang stalkers have.
Stalked by the local police? Well, there's a hell of a lot more to this story. Let's take a look at some of the footage John Lang. In his first upload, the white truck supposedly belongs to Fresno PD personnel, and he claims that shortly after this incident, he received a hang-up call from a member of Fresno police.
I'm not really invested in the story. Seems like he actually was stalked by the police, though. Like, it actually does seem that way. It doesn't seem like just a crazy guy with gang stalking. Gang stalking's kind of like a sad one, but this one does seem real. Thanks a good sub, Tori. I'm just not too interested in the story itself. The guy was fucking nuts. Was he? Does the story get wild? Because right now it's kind of slow. I'll let it ride, but it seems very slow so far.
Next, we see what John says is a member of Fresno PD conditioning John's dog, so that if they try access John's house, John's dog will submit to them.
Danknet battle? The fuck is that?
He then claims to have captured footage of the Fresno PD using an infrared thermal imager to see if he's home, and that they've also been breaking into his house when he's been out.
Yeah, like, this is kind of weird, right?
Things are getting very strange.
They have fucking Indiana Jones here in the back of a van with whatever the fuck this is.
Things are getting very strange. Here we see a man wandering outside
Agadina and
John's
Beast
home
Axles.
to see if he's in, keeping an eye on him. He then begins to walk away while texting.
Gang stalking is real. It's not. This might be, but gang stalking as a conspiracy is not real. Please stop. Jesus. more likely under investigation. Yeah, that is what it seems like. Gang stalking is, some people believe that they're constantly hunted by the government. They themselves are constantly hunted by the government. I watched a documentary about a guy who wouldn't go outside for more than 5 minutes because he thought the cops and the government, New World Order or something, was chasing him every day.
A nearby house with two of his neighbors. One, it should be noted, is a registered sex offender. Both, John says, are police informants. John begins to feel uncomfortable and wishes to leave, but they try and stop him. They prevent him from entering his own house via gate, and he has to climb over.
I do, Timbo.
John believes that they were communicating with the police.
I actually just saw him 2 weeks ago.
When
Thanks,
he
man.
gets in, he says his computer, front door lock, and printer have clearly been tampered with. Here we see more footage of intimidation, with police officers standing around across from his house.
Yeah, like, this isn't normal. Thanks to Tier 1 Coco.
And he claims that all of this is in retaliation for John exposing the license plate scam. In this footage, we can clearly see someone trying to break into John's car. And this video, it was the last one he uploaded and posted before his suspicious death. The crazy thing is, he knew that the police or someone was coming to get him, to kill him. If I turn up missing or dead tomorrow, remember this ban. I think I seen a couple of guys sneak out the side door and into the building when it was parked in the carport this afternoon.
Jesus Christ.
I've been causing the city of Fresno a lot of problems recently, which I now regret.
Why not just leave Fresno, though? Like, what are they gonna do? I gotta chase you across state
Lang
lines.
was found dead with multiple stab wounds inside his burning home on January 20th, 2016. Now, John had a feeling that the police would eventually try and take his life. He began to post these thoughts publicly on Facebook.
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
As you can see, he gets increasingly worried over the course of his final week, up until his death on the 20th of January. So what happened on the night John Lang died? According to the coroner's report,
Probably Tank.
it was suicide. He was found with 3 stab wounds on his body. However, the cause of death was ruled as death from smoke inhalation.
What? Thanks for the bits, Jostle.
Now, some of John Lang's footage was interesting, to say the least. Being stalked, having people walk in front of his home only to turn around and walk back, cameras looking at him, conditioning his dogs. Very odd. But not really that odd at the same time. It's the dog video. To me, it looks just like a guy walking past with his
Yeah, this
dog.
one I didn't understand.
John's dog comes over and they say hello to each other, as dogs usually do.
Yeah, I didn't get
And
that one
let's
at all.
take a look at some of the other videos John uploaded. This one, for instance. John claims it's a wake-up call to harass him, with loud sirens going by.
I didn't even
Or
see
it
this
could
one.
just actually be a fire truck on the way to a fire.
Yep,
The
I
thermal
probably.
camera, some have said
Thanks to
it's
Prime
just
Cosmic
a
and Gifts of
regular
Jane.
film rig. Fresno is a popular place to shoot, It's probably just shooting B-roll.
Of what? Just his house?
Again, here for example,
That one I
a
disagree
dump
with.
Truck was outside for nefarious purposes, or it's just a dump truck on the road. I mean, anything can be.
Like,
a
what kind of
conspiracy
B-roll
if you
just
look
aims right at
hard
somebody's
enough.
house?
However, there is still a chance he may have been right. Maybe he wasn't paranoid. Maybe there was something suspicious going on. The 3 stab wounds on his body are believed to have been self-inflicted. Did John's paranoia get the better of him until he just went so crazy he killed himself? Was he crazy, or was there an actual conspiracy?
Jesus, Tori,
to end
holy
his
shit.
life? Here is one fun bit of
Makes the
information.
resub prime.
The guarantee carpet cleaning
Yeah, I know what that is,
we
Tank.
see in the last video he uploaded when he was getting really paranoid that something bad was going to happen to him. That carpet cleaning company is not real. People have searched the details of that business and it's all fake. The first review
Yep.
of guarantee carpet cleaning
That
was
sounds
from the
about right.
25th of January 2016, 5 days after John was found dead. Found dead from a believed suicide with 3 stab wounds. Now, by all means, guarantee carpet cleaning could be there for an actual job. And that's why the review came up 5 days later, because maybe it was one of their first jobs or first to be reviewed. But it's still a little bit weird that this company has no reviews prior to John's death. It's a little strange.
The police
You
started a
see that there was
fucking
something suspicious about that
company
man,
just to
that
kill him,
there's
and then they
no
had to keep it
details
going.
prior to his death. There's no details about that company prior to his death. Some fake reviews, maybe they're real, came out after his death. That is a bit, one of these about it. It's a bit weird. On change.org,
Makes it prime
a
enigma.
petition was started to open a federal investigation into the murder of John Lang. Also, one of the reporters John tried to reach out to before his death said that John apparently tried to call his ex-wife minutes before neighbors noted smoke coming from the house. Was he just saying goodbye, or was there something else?
Thanks to resub Hisoka.
Apparently, she ain't talking. Also,
Jesus
according
Christ.
to this reporter, the knife wounds were to the upper back, not to the front, to the back. And he was barricaded inside his house. Was he locked in, or was he trying to prevent others from breaking in? A number of months later,
Damn, okay, this
while
is kinda
John's
wild.
family were dealing with his estate. One document says he was violently murdered. Now, anyone could have said that. His family could have put it there. But again, that is strange. And also, if you look at who was present at the autopsy, 2 Fresno police detectives. And also, something else that should be noted is that the Fresno Police Department does not have a good reputation. A Fresno deputy police chief was charged with conspiracy to distribute heroin.
Nice. Big play. Big money in that.
Also, a former officer, having had his gun and badge taken away from him, went to confront the chief of police one night. The last he was seen alive
Thanks,
was
Resub Dane.
entering the police chief's home. He was later found dead, with an alleged self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest. However, many believe it was not so self-inflicted. So, was John Lang unnecessarily paranoid to the point of suicide? Or was he the victim of the
Yeah, this one's actually kinda
police
tough.
department who wanted
I don't
to
know.
silence him for exposing police corruption? Let me know what
Gang
you think
stalking is
of
like
this
an
highly
actual really
unusual
sad
and
conspiracy.
suspicious case.
Gang stalking, a lot of the people have schizophrenia. In John's case, I don't really get that impression though, because there are some really weird things about it, right? Like, not so much that, but like this makes no sense. Like, gathering B-roll for a movie? Why would this isn't gathering B-roll. They're literally just looking at one house. Like, this makes absolutely no fucking sense. Then, where was the other one that really kind of fucked me up? This. Just for some reason, 2 different cop patrol cars all pull over in front of his house just to hang out. That makes no fucking sense. And then the Dagger, this. A company that doesn't exist. Parked outside of his house and the guy constantly looking back at John's house. I actually think there is a case to be made that maybe he really was murdered. I don't think this is just a paranoid gang stalker or anything. And in the autopsy, allegedly, the stab wounds were to the back. I mean, you can't really stab yourself in the back. I mean, I guess you could set like a knife down and like fall on it 3 times. But 3 stab wounds to the back? That's very hard to do on your own. That takes like a lot of ingenuity. You could set up like a Rube Goldberg machine, like a bowling ball drops down, pops a balloon, and shoots a knife in your back or whatever. Yeah, I'm leaning towards the side that he was literally fucking murdered. Thanks to the Prime. Dank, Bio, and Resub Ghostly Man. Thanks to Resub CMG. The reporter said the autopsy just said he got stabbed. Oh. I didn't realize there was a difference. Thanks to Resub Searman. Oh, I agree. There's definitely some elements here that I think are kind of paranoid, such as like the dog thing and the guy walking by and that looked at his house and then a dump truck and fire truck driving by. I definitely think there are elements of like standard gang stalking behavior, but then there's real shit such as the weird filming of his house, the fake fucking cleaning company, police being outside just hanging out. Thanks to the gifts of Taco Bell. If the knife was not found near his body, how is it self-inflicted? Did they say that? Did they say they never found the knife? Thanks to the resub Taco Bell. You have to be a complete idiot to believe John Lang actually stabbed himself. What the fuck, Critical? I'm saying the opposite. What the fuck are you talking about? What? Huh? Thanks for resub Biker in the Prime IGS. This is actually a really interesting story. When did this happen? 2016? I want to look it up. Is there anything new, like, developing from it? This actually did get far more interesting than I thought it would. I don't see anything about it. There hasn't been anything new since 2019. And new, I am using lightly. It was just like Redditors talking about it. Wow. Thanks, the resub Cumstick in the Prime Sad Machine. In the resub Pure Win. The Fresno cops are out for you now? Hey, I just watched a fucking YouTube video on it. Is the guy who made this video still alive? Oh, that might have been what it was, him, Vinit. This is very interesting. This has the same energy of some stories I read about Turkey. Kai and I were reading headlines in Turkey because there were some like goofy stories. Some of them were like really fucking bad. Like I remember one was like a journalist who died, and they ruled it a suicide. And then the report said that he shot himself twice in the skull, in the back of the head. They called it a suicide. That has the same kind of energy.